Tommy Rex, and you're listening to today's Boondoggle.
This is Mark Metcalf, and you are listening to today's Boondoggle with Fili and Domain Cleveland Radio.
You are listening to today's Boondoggle with Bailey on Domain Cleveland Radio. Yes, Kato Kalin listens to this all the time.
Welcome to today's Boondoggle. Now, here's your host.
The Sonic Temple Art and Music Festival returns May 14th through 17th with My Chemical Romance, Tool, Bring Me the Horizon, and Shinedown. Plus, Pierce the Veil, Good Charlotte, The Offspring, Sublime, Godsmack, Breaking Benjamin, Marilyn Manson, and so many more. Sonic Temple in Columbus, Ohio, May 14th to 17th. Passes on sale now for as low as $1 down at sonictemplefestival.com.
What's going on, everybody? It's Bill Bailey with today's Boondoggle. And man, we are crossing time zones across the globe here. So I could talk to the gentleman, Fili and Oliver from the band Shepherd's Reign. What's going on, guys?
Hey, that's good, brother.
Yeah, dude. I like we were saying before we went on. Once I saw the write up, I definitely wanted to talk to you guys and hear about your journey to where you guys are at today. Like usually when I have people on for the first time, I like to go way back. So do you remember when you guys were little kids? What did you originally want to be when you grew up?
Oh, way back. Maybe at one point, an astronaut. Another point, firefighter. But I think pretty early on, music switched me on. And I've always wanted to be a musician. I'm not always a heavy metal musician, but I think because I played piano first. So at one point I wanted to be a professional pianist. And then I ended up in a metal band. Yeah, that's me now.
Nice. What about you, Fili?
I think I've always wanted to be, because I fell in love with Guns N' Roses a long while ago. And I think since seeing Slash, I always actually wanted to be in a band instead of a singer. So, I've always wanted to be a rock star, but I really didn't know I was going to be a singer. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, Guns N' Roses is one of my all-time favorites. The second tattoo I ever got when I was in the Navy was Guns N' Roses tattoo. And my nickname used to be Axel when I worked on an aircraft carrier.
Oh, I can see that.
And then like when music kind of caught your guys' ear, who would you say were some of the earliest influences you heard around the house?
For me, around the house, there wasn't much rock music. It was, my mum and dad were into all other types of music. But it was, not rock. But, for rock bands, Guns N' Roses, Avenged Sevenfold, Dream Theater were big influences at the start.
Nice. What about you, Fili?
Yeah, I just got to go with Guns N' Roses. Our family were, Christians listening to gospel music, and from where we're from it's normally R&B, reggae, gangster rap. So all of those things were. I was listening to those things back in the day, but Guns N' Roses is pretty much what I fell in love with early years.
Nice. And then, like, when did when you guys when did you start like performing in your community, like getting that itch to perform, and what was like the music scene like where you grew up at?
And I guess I first started performing at school. Performing at high school, and then so we both grew up in South Auckland. It's not a huge live music scene, so our early gigs were pretty rough, like in random bars and stuff, just to a few people. Yeah, it's a long time ago. Been doing this a while.
And then, like, what would you say? Like, I mean, you said, like a lot of people were listening to like gangster rap and, that kind of music around there. What was it? What did your family and everybody in the community say when you guys started playing metal and bringing metal to the scene there?
Oh, that's
Something
are you still there,
absolutely
Fili?
big shock for from where, but definitely they're loving it now. They loved it from back then, and they're still supporting us now. So yeah, it was a big shock, I reckon.
Nice. And then when you guys started Shepherd's Reign, like I'm always curious about like band's names. What inspired you guys to pick that name?
Hello. Oh,
Did you hear me?
Oh, I think we lost Fili.
Sort of just something we thought it to do with the end of the way. Just just use the shepherd as a like a somebody and take.
Keep breaking up, Fili.
Block.
It might you might have to maybe turn your camera off. It might be easier for
family, friends.
Yeah, we're gonna have some difficulties with that connection, I think. So yeah, what was the inspiration behind the name Shepherd's Reign?
Yeah, it was just a name we came up with for way back then. We were just trying to come up with a cool name, and then we had this idea of a heavy metal shepherd as a kind of this figure that kind of leads his flock, and then we had all these kind of ideas building up this image of each band member as like a shepherd leading their flock, and just trying to build this imagery around that. And that was basically it. We were just trying to come up with a cool metal sounding name that we liked, and that's what we came up with. Yeah. And we had some pictures of this kind of skull shepherd back in the early days as well, and that was it. Shepherd's Reign, kind of like a shepherd reigning over his flock.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, you guys mentioned earlier being like Christians and stuff. Is that tied into the name as well? Because there's a lot of stories from the Bible about, the lost sheep, and tending over the flock. Yeah. Is that was that part of the inspiration or no?
Yeah, not necessarily. Some of the band members are Christians, but we don't make it like a Christian band. But it does. I guess it could does kind of tie in if you like. Yeah, but we don't. We don't make the band's not like a Christian band.
Gotcha.
But I see what you mean. Yeah, with the Shepherd's Reign. Shepherd.
Yeah. And then I'm also like a big WWE fan, so I think of the original tribal chief Roman Reigns too. So I don't know. There's a shout out there.
Yeah. I think yeah, is that our fans like to point that out as well? Always hitting tagging Roman Reigns and our stuff. Yeah, I don't know if I don't think he knows of us yet, but yeah, maybe one day.
Yeah, I know. Maybe you know that you guys would get a deal working with WWE and do some of the like the Usos or somebody's entrance music or something like that, or Romans.
Yeah,
You know,
that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, we've had fans make little fan edits of our music behind one of the like the entrance walk-ins and stuff. Yeah, I reckon it works pretty well.
awesome.
We got a song called Ainga. It's one of our main singles, and Ainga means family in Samoan. And then so this we had someone put together a video when in the WWE when the Rock and Roman Reigns created the Bloodline
Yeah.
saga, like so the bloodline family tree kind of thing, and then we put that together with our song Ainga, which means family. We're pretty I thought it looked pretty cool.
Nice. Yeah, I'll have to look at. Is that on YouTube or something?
I think it's on our Instagram.
Okay, I'll have to check that out, man. Yeah, I'm a big I've been a big wrestling fan since I was a kid. I remember seeing like you know, the Wild Samoans back in the day, Alpha and Sika, you know, growing up. So.
Yeah, they've heard of us. They when we put out our Lemanu a few years ago now, they did a shout out to us. That was a pretty big deal for us hearing from them. They did like just a video shouting out to the band and what we're doing.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then speaking of some of your like singles, your single how do you pronounce it? It's TOA. How do you say that? Tau?
Tour.
Toa?
Tour, yeah.
Yeah, what's that mean? And then like what's the inspiration behind that song?
That's so Torm is the Samoan word for warrior, and so it's kind of like just a how would I say? So yeah, Fili wrote the lyrics, and it was a mixture of inspiration for from his father, who was a tour in his life and his family, and then we kind of calling on the warrior spirit, and some of the lyrics refer to like calling Toa the son of Samoa to rise up, and it's kind of like a call to arms, but we do it in a way where like we try to be tours for our family and our people, but anyone can relate to it, like just to kind of stand up for yourself and your family.
Gotcha. And then the album name Ala Mai, is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, you're pretty close. Ala Mai.
What's that mean?
That Ala Mai is kind of like wake up, or like in Samoan. Like some of the translations, they when you translate it directly to English, doesn't have the same kind of effect of the actual words, but like has but yeah, Ala Mai is awaken.
Awaken.
So
yeah. Is it like kind of like, is there like a theme, would you say, to the album? Like, you know, like a lot of people will say like, you know, it's not just like wake up from, you know, sleeping, but like wake up to what's happening in the world. Are you guys kind of like trying to send any kind of message like for people to, because I feel the same way. There's so much going on all across the globe that we've been dealing with, especially since like 2020, not to get into any kind of like, you know, tinfoil hat stuff, but at the same time, it's just like, yeah, people need to wake up and pay attention to, you know, what our governments are doing and things like that. Is that,
yes, that's the title of the album. But the album has a whole mixture of themes actually. So all the songs were written over a number of years. Some of them were go way back, the older songs. But it's a mixture of songs telling stories from the Samoan culture, and then also some mixed in with more personal songs written from personal experiences. So so we've got Le Manu, which is about one of Samoa's greatest warriors. We've got Ainga, which is a song about family and kind of some of the Samoan family values. And then we got the title track, Ala Mai, which is like Awaken. And that one a kind of, it's like a call to all different people from the Pacific to kind of awaken and kind of be as one, work together. And then what else we got? We got a song called Never Forgotten, which is quite a real personal song for me especially. That was inspired by, I was written with, that was at the loss of my son. I had so that's a very personal one. And then we have, and then we also have a song called The World Bleeds, which is, was just kind of reflection on a lot of the bad events happening around the world at the time. And so a whole mixture of themes in there.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I'm sorry for your loss. You know, I'm a father as well. I can't imagine, you know, what that was like. So that the song, would you say was it kind of like therapeutic for you to create that, you know, share those feelings?
Yeah, it definitely was. So yeah, it was my son. He was born too early, so that's why he didn't make it. And it was written quite a while after it happened, as I was it was quite hard for me to write a song about that for a long time, and I actually didn't want to. It was actually Fili that really pushed to help us create something that would kind of help with the grieving process and kind of reflect on what happened with us. And it was so now it's probably the most powerful piece of music to me now that we created that. And definitely helps. And then what's even more special is hearing other people that have listened to the song and then saying that that's kind of helped them or their loss. That happens as well.
Yeah. And, you know, what a way to honor, you know, the memory of your son, you know, through music and, you know, kind of like he's playing a role, you know, helping these people as well by inspiring the song, and you're honoring the memory, you know. I guess that's just, you know, another way to look at it as well, you know.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I haven't thought about it like that, but yeah, you're right, Bill. Yeah. In a way, that's he is doing it.
Yeah, so he's still a little warrior, you know, out there helping others, you know.
Yeah.
So, so again, I mean, I appreciate you sharing that with me, and you know, once again, sorry for your loss. But you know, I would.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What was that?
Oh no, just yeah, that's all good. Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks for that.
And then like, you know, as the band kind of came together, you said a lot of these songs were older, and this is now like the first. Is this your first album now you guys are put together?
That's Ala Mai was our second album, our second full-length album. Yeah, we actually have a first album that we put out in around 2018, that was our first album, and that's quite different to this our most recent album, Ala Mai. And Yeah, with Ala Mai, most of them were a newer song. There was just a few of them that were older ones that didn't make it on the first album, so we brought them back and kind of worked on them, improved them, and then they made it onto this Ala Mai album. But yeah, probably Ala Mai spanned maybe 3 or 4 years. So yeah, so it was songs from different periods.
Now, you said you guys have been doing this for a while. You guys have been together for a while now. What, other than and we'll get into Shiprocked, but how has like, you know, how has it been getting your name out there and touring? What's touring been like? You've been able to do any of that?
Yeah, but I guess we've been just bit by bit, gradually building our name and getting out there. I guess the main challenge, I guess, for us is just being based in New Zealand, which is just halfway across the world from all the big touring spots, I guess. So we're touring New Zealand all the time. We do a New Zealand tour pretty much every year. And we've been over to Australia. I've done a couple of tours there, and but we're still working to make our bigger entrance in the US and in Europe as well. So yeah, that's the goal though. But that's the main challenge, just being based in New Zealand. But we've been just building our presence online, and it's just a journey. We just treat it like we're in it for the long run, so we don't get discouraged or just get too obsessed with numbers and stuff. So just love working on the music. We'll just keep working on music, just putting out more music when we can, and just see where it takes us. But yeah, so far we did Shiprocked recently. That was amazing. We've been to Norway. That was probably the furthest the band's gone. I think that's directly the complete opposite side of the earth from New Zealand, where we went. So we did that last year, and we performed back in Samoa, our homeland island. Where else have we been?
What was that like? That experience like?
It was amazing. It was really cool. Yeah, it was different because there's not a big, not really any kind of heavy metal scene there. But people they knew of us there, and we did. So it was quite a unique performance we did. Probably maybe the first heavy metal band performance there.
Nice.
And then we also performed at this community, one of the main festivals they do there, cultural festivals. And people, it was a mixture of shock and curiosity. Just people just heard it and we just started shuffling over. And the people got into it, especially the kids.
Yeah,
really
I bet. Nice. Now, I saw a video you guys played live at I think it was the 2024 Pacific Music Awards. What was that experience like, and being able to do that?
That was really cool. So every year in New Zealand, there's a Pacific Music Awards. So to celebrate Pacific artists, not just mainly in New Zealand because that's where it's based, but Pacific artists all around the world. So I think that year we were nominated for quite a few awards. That was the year we released Ala Mai, and I think that's when we won best album as well. And then so we also performed at that ceremony. That was really cool. Yeah,
nice.
We were probably the heaviest act that night as well. But it was good. I think the audience enjoyed it. Just felt sorry for the older people. So in our Pacific events, we always look after the elderly and our older people, and so they usually sit up the front in all our events. So they were right at the front for our performance, and then we just started blasting our set. So maybe some of them got a bit shocked, but I think they were okay.
Nice. And then like, I mean, obviously, you know, getting recognized at something at like that level out there means, you know, the name is building, the word's getting out. How did you guys get on the radar for Shiprocked? How'd that come together for you?
I believe that came through. So we've been working with Alex from Singerman Entertainment, and so they're based in the US, and so Alex was working with some booking agents in the US too, and so there's some connection there. And then I think they presented us to the Shiprocked team, and then somehow we got selected.
And then when you guys got to be on there and perform on that, what was that experience like for you guys?
Yeah, that was crazy. We've never done anything like that before. So, and it was I think the whole experience was just something that you don't get over here in New Zealand. Like a whole huge cruise ship of rock bands and just all rock music fans. Oh, it was cool.
Yeah, and alcohol and there you go.
Non-stop partying and all you can eat buffet. I think that was one of the favorite things of the band.
Nice.
And the performance was amazing. We performed 3 times actually during the cruise. The first one was on the first stop at one of the beaches, beach stops in the Bahamas. So we actually performed on the beach. So it had a whole crowd,
nice.
And I think there's a circle pit got going in the water. Yeah.
Nice.
And then we had our second performance was on the ship, and that was cool. And then we did a third performance for the crew of the ship. So we went down to the crew bar, did a special one for them. So that was cool as well.
Oh, nice. And then were there any bands on the cruise that you're fans of and you guys got to go check out?
Yeah, there was some great bands. That's what I loved about the cruise, just being able to see all these shows all in just so convenient every night, throughout the day. You get to see all these great bands that a lot of them probably don't come to New Zealand much. But yeah, so Knock Loose were great. I really liked Dead Poets Society. They're awesome. And then on the beach, the other band that performed was Aurora Wave. So kind of hard, tricky to say, Aurora Wave. I don't know if you've heard of them. They mix kind of reggae and metal.
Oh, nice.
So that was cool to see that. And as well as all the headliners, they were awesome as well.
Yeah, who was your favorite performance out there?
Probably those ones I said. I really liked Dead Poet Society and Knocked Loose. Just their live show was crazy. Knocked Loose. Who else? Yeah, and also watched Wage War.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys got to do some networking with some of those other artists?
Yeah, yep, we did. Yeah, met heaps of other bands and just love the crew and the agents and stuff that work on they were on the ship too.
Yeah, hopefully usually, I mean, with those kind of connections with the Shiprocked shows, we got a bunch of festivals here in the States, like Danny Wimmer Presents does like the Louder Than Life and Sonic Temple and Aftershock and all those types of big major US festivals. Hopefully maybe you caught somebody's eye or ear, that they'll bring you guys over that way.
Yeah. Yep, that's the plan. Yeah, hopefully we can build on some of these connections and we'll see what happens.
And then what would you say you guys have been doing? Like you said, you don't get too like caught up in the numbers, and I feel the same way sometimes, but unfortunately the world we live in today, it's just like the streams and the views and all that stuff is what a lot of people look at today. What have you guys been doing, kind of to build your following on the internet?
Yeah. We were working on our media, our social media, trying to get more content and all that out there. But I still think at the end of the day, it still comes down to your music, like how your music connects to people. So that's still the main priority. We look at all that stuff, it's all important, the media and and just all these, like everyone's doing TikTok and all of that. That's probably the hardest one for us.
Me too.
None of us just understand that stuff.
Yeah, we're not 14-year-old girls,
Yeah, crazy that. Yeah, probably need some help with that one.
I feel you on that. I try and get my daughters to help me with that market.
Just overwhelmed. I don't know what I'm looking at. I feel like and just all these algorithms and stuff. They're so powerful these days. It's like it's trying to, it's trying to influence you so strongly.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I guess for us, it's just we should work on the priority is trying to make the best music we can, and then get out more music. So we're working on a third album, and Tour is the first new single of our new music, but we've got heaps of new songs we're working on. So I'll probably get out more singles leading up to the next album, and then just work on building our media around that, and just trying to connect with fans more, and doing all that. And then as you said, the touring's I would say touring is still the most important, best way to build your audience. So we'll be looking at trying to get back to the US and try to get to Europe as well.
Nice. And what do you guys have a name for the new album yet?
Not yet. Yeah, still working on that. It's just we don't even have a working title at the moment, but pretty happy with our song ideas so far. But as they kind of start to form a body of work, and then we'll start thinking about what sort of name would go well with it.
Now, as a guitar player, what would you say has been like your like, just on Shiprocked? I mean, that's a good gauge, for people that have never heard you before. What do you feel was your favorite song to play, for one, and then what song do you think connected well with that audience?
Favorite song to play. That's a hard one. Yeah, I like playing all our songs. Yeah, all our songs.
Daddy.
Okay, you wait there. It's gonna be quiet.
Daddy.
I like probably our big singles are still the most fun. Always fun to play, just from the way they hit when the riffs come in. So yeah, Le Manu and Ainga, and I'd say those two are still.
Hello.
Sorry, okay, got a bit extra.
It's all right. Mine are all grown now. I miss when they were that age and they actually wanted to hang out with me. Yeah. So enjoy that now while you have it.
Yeah, definitely. So Le Manu is always awesome to play. Ainga, I like that one, just because it's kind of mid-tempo groove, so that's kind of relax a bit when you play that one. And then the latest one, Tour, that's always that one. It's the newest one, but when that riff comes in, that always gets the crowd going as well. It's more, okay, yeah, you go get that.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then I'll get ready and wrap it up here a little bit so you can get back to dad duty and enjoy yourself there. But let me ask you a couple questions that I normally ask my guests that I have on here real quick. You talked a little bit about, some of your inspirations musically, but who are your top 3 artists that you're listening to today?
Oh, top 3 new ones. I've been listening to a lot of Meshuggah lately, so that's one.
Nice.
Just kind of trying to dig into some of the, the real advanced rhythmic stuff they do.
Yeah.
So, the Meshuggah, and I've been listening to a lot of the bands we watched at Shiprocked. So again, Dead Poets Society. I've been jamming their albums, and Gojira is always a good one. Yeah, always good.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
nice.
I think Sepultura. I've been listening to their latest album too. That was pretty cool.
And then, who are 3 people who've inspired you and you can credit for making you the person you are today?
Wow. I haven't really been asked that one before, but yeah, I'd say my parents. Yeah, my mum and my dad, both of them, in different ways, both inspired and made me the way I am.
Nice.
That's the first one that comes to mind. And then leading on from that, my grandparents, the ones that I was fortunate enough to have time with. Yeah.
Nice. So your bloodline.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then, what was your favorite toy when you were a child?
I'd say probably my Legos. I was always into Legos and building stuff.
Nice. Yeah. Nice. Well, Oliver, it's been great talking with you, man. I appreciate the time, despite the technical difficulties and everything and losing Fili on here. But hey, man, I like I said, I have 2 daughters myself. They're adults now, but I miss those days right there. So enjoy that, man. Enjoy that time.
Oh, geez, yeah, well, yeah. These are a handful. This one, I will.
All right, man. Well, thanks again for your time, and I hope I'll be keeping my fingers crossed for you guys to come play the States sometime. I'd love to see you live.
Yeah, we'll do. Yeah, we'll see you in Cleveland.
Yeah, man. I'll take you to the Rock Hall. Check it out.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, take care, man.
Take care, Bill. Yeah, cheers. See ya.
All right! Listen up! Hold on to your seats. Grab your girls, grab your beers.
Hey everybody, this is Charlie from Anthrax, and you are listening to today's Boondoggle.
This is Mark Metcalf, and you are listening to today's Boondoggle with Fili and Domain Cleveland Radio.
You are listening to today's Boondoggle with Bailey on Domain Cleveland Radio. Yes, Kato Kalin listens to this all the time.
Welcome to today's Boondoggle. Now here's your host.
I am Monty Heath, so Warren Heath, and you are listening to today's Boondoggle.
Hey, what's up? It's John from Skillet, and you are listening to today's Boondoggle on Domain Cleveland Radio.